Tigray Peace Force has held discussion for 5 days and some decisions have been made. Meanwhile, in the Amhara region, Dereje Belay, a Fano commander, spoke. He talked about any likelihood of coordination between AFPO and AFNF. And lastly, Egypt is in trouble. It is hoping to use US to pressurize Ethiopia. But what US wants from Egypt, it's difficult for Egypt to give that to the US. What is happening? Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching, viewers. Good to be with you. Three main news stories. First one is from Tigray, TPF. Second one from Amhara, and thirdly, Egyptian problem. Egypt is in a fix. What will it do? Let's start from Tigray, where TPF has held some discussions. Tigray peaceful people say, Sajid, you exaggerate TPF's claims, and whatever TPF are saying is exaggeration. But I share with you what they say. I don't make up things. I don't make up stories. I am not saying TPF is going to take over Tigray in 2 weeks, in 2 months, in 2 years. I am just sharing with you what they're saying. When I analyze, then I tell you that the video is analytical. So far, mostly I'm sharing with you the statements, the claims of TPF and other side too. TPLF. TPF has held some discussions for 5 days and they have issued a statement a few hours ago. The statement contains pictures too. TPF members can be seen at some facility, indoor facility. So they're not in just far deserts. They have offices where the TPF fighters were served bottled water. One such picture is on thumbnail. You can see the TPF members who attended a meeting. Meeting went on for 5 days. TPF people have access to everything, access to weapons, access to money, access to logistics. Why? Because federal government is backing them. Federal forces are backing them. Otherwise, how can they survive in the far region? While PDF and TPLF want to crush them. Basically, federal government is backing, organizing them. TPF says that firstly, they have adopted a name officially today. TPF, Tigray Peace Force, is now their official name. They have announced today. Secondly, they say that the top tier of Tigray military and TPLF, they are bent on waging a conflict in Tigray. They want to solve issues through dialogue. So that is why TPF is now asking the people of Tigray to stand with TPF. It means that TPF is saying that no likelihood of any talks with TPLF and top tier of Tigray military. That the only option which remains now is the use of force. TPF will use force too, and the other side is also using force. It is not engaging TPLF. It does not want to talk to TPF. So, by the way, the two sides never held discussions, any. I'm not aware of any direct talks, indirect talks between them. They never made any attempt to engage each other. And TPF's demands are very tall. They are demanding removal of top generals, removal of TPLF from government, etc., etc. Those demands cannot be met because top tier of military and TPLF leaders are in government, they're ruling. So why would they agree to such demands? So secondly, TPF says that no likelihood of any negotiation, dialogue. That is why all should join TPF. And then TPF addressed youths, women, Tigray civil society, Tigray religious elders, Tigray military members to support TPF in this fight. So the statement indicates that situation is set to worsen in Tigray. TPLF and Tigray military, they're trying to weaken TPF, and some TPF people are definitely defecting. They're returning to Tigray. But still, we cannot say that TPF is on the verge of complete disintegration. Secondly, viewers, a Fano commander says that he won't work with Zemene Kassie. Who is this Fano commander? His name is Dereje Belay. Dereje Belay is based in Gondar. And he's from Amhara Fano People's Organization, AFPO, led by Skandar Naga and Makata. Dereje Belay is one of the very few Fano commanders of AFPO who are in Gondar. Others have mainly surrendered, they have joined AFNF, Amhara Fano National Force, or they have been killed. He's perhaps one of the very few remaining. And in a talk, he announced that it's not possible for him to work with Zemene Kassie. He said that I am ready to work with people of Gujum, not with Zemene Kassie, and that the future of Amhara struggle is AFPO, Amhara Fano People's Organization, not Zemene Kassie led group. So the differences, rifts in Amhara Fano resistance movement continuing. While Fano groups are recording some gains in the fight against military, in recent days we saw considerable gains. The Fano military suffered losses, but internal differences still persisting. Lastly, viewers, Egypt is in trouble. Now it's clear that Trump is pro-Egypt on the issue of GERD. He will pressurize Ethiopia. Already he's pressurizing Ethiopia through statements telling Ethiopia to sign a legally binding agreement with Egypt. But Trump is a man of transactions and he doesn't do anything for free. He wants something in return. While he's taking a clearly pro-Egypt position, he wants Egypt to agree to a plan made by Israel and uh, the US. Israel and the US, they want to build a tent city in Rafah on Egyptian side of Egypt-Gaza border. They want Palestinians to be relocated from Gaza and to be settled in Rafah, in that desert area where they want to uh, uh, establish this tent city. Egypt has long been resisting these plans. Now, on Sunday and on Saturday, two talks were held reportedly involving Egypt, Israel, and the US. Israel and the US again told Egypt to take Palestinians from Gaza and to settle them in Rafah in tent city, which will be developed by Israel and the US. What did Egypt reply? Did it say no, outright no? Did it buy some time? Not clear. Some sources say Egypt has rejected the idea of settlement of Palestinians into Rafah. Others say Egypt is partially agreeing to it, but Egypt wants US support. Without US support, it cannot pressurize Ethiopia to sign a legally binding agreement about GERD. If it wants US support, it needs to agree to the establishment of tent city on its soil in Rafah. What will Egypt do? Egypt in a fix, by the way. It's in a very difficult position. But the issue of GERD is very important for Egypt because it wants a legally binding agreement which will be applicable for years, for hundreds of years. It wants control over how water will be released from GERD, how much water will be released, how much water will be stored, and how many dams will be built on River Nile. So it wants control along with Sudan and Ethiopia over the operations of GERD. If now Egypt is unable to get this control, perhaps in future it won't be able to get this control. Now, Trump is definitely pro-Egypt on the issue of GERD. Why? Because when Trump was serving as the president in his first term, he facilitated talks between Ethiopia and Egypt, and the two agreed to sign a deal, but the last minute Ethiopia withdrew. And Trump back then was furious. So now Trump wants to ensure that Ethiopia signs this deal. But what he wants from Egypt in return is difficult to be given by Egypt. Let's see what Abdul Fattah al-Sisi decides. Thank you for watching.